The day we've all been waiting for is here. The Scotland Provisional Euro 2024 squad is here. 28 names, 2 must go by the time we play Gibraltar and Finland in a couple of weeks' time. But who will the unlucky 2 be? Well, my money would be on the goalkeepers because one of them has to go. In an ideal world, you would probably just take 2 goalies, right? Because what's the point of taking 3? Realistically, how are you going to... We're only going to play 3 games. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think we can play more than 3 games, but I would say, how often does the second goalkeeper actually get on? Never mind the third, and we're taking a 4th.
Yeah.
It's very rare the goalkeeper gets an injury. It's also very rare that the manager would decide to change his number 1 during a tournament. Even when a goalkeeper makes a mistake, it's very rare to see him dropped over one mistake. There's not enough games, in my opinion, in a tournament for a goalkeeper to really play himself out of the number 1 position.
No, I agree.
It's not like over the course of a season where you could maybe get a dozen games. You're like, oh, you know what? He's probably made big goal scoring mistakes in half of those games. Let's drop him. Let's say Scotland are only playing 3 games, right? Say they do get knocked out. And if Gunn's the number 1. I mean, what does Gunn have to... I highly doubt you're going to get dropped for 1 game. You know what I mean? So, what do you have to do in the first 2 games to actually get dropped for the 3rd? You'd need to put in, 2 of the worst performances back-to-back. Very rarely happens.
Davy Marshall kind of did that. Well, he did it in 1 game.
But the point...
What I would say is...
He didn't have much to do against England.
No, he didn't, but what was I going to say? Aye, right. We've seen Italy in the last Euros, right? They won the first 2 games, and then I believe they swapped up their goalie for the final game. It's been done before. But again...
Yeah, but that's rare.
No, it is rare,
and
but
that's not... That's
and it
not
takes us to win our first 2 games, knowing we're safe for the last one. But here, I think if we've picked up 4 points, right?
Yeah, and what's the chances of that?
If we've picked up 4 points going into the last game and we're winning 2-0 with 10 minutes to go, I would bring on Craig Gordon. The guy is old, right? He's not going to get another chance, so I think he deserves it. Anyway, let's go into it. Clark, Gordon, Gunn, Kelly. Do you think...
I think it's the 4. If you were going to pick 4, it's the 4 that you'd be picking, wouldn't it? There's no one else really... I mean, who else is it really out there that you'd like, nah, I think they deserve a chance, I think they should be in this instead?
Get Jack Butland to switch allegiance.
Nah, well, that's not happening.
But...
I think the days of people advocating for John McLaughlin to be in the team are gone.
Yeah, when was the last time he played a game of football?
That's what I'm saying. I think that spell at Rangers pretty much killed his career.
What I would say is, though, I think realistically one of the goalies is going to go. And who's that going to be? Who would your money be on?
I think Liam Kelly, because people are saying that Gunn's number 1 and Clark's number 2. If Liam Kelly and Craig Gordon are the 3rd choice, then they're not going to be playing anyway. So you may as well just pick Gordon for his experience.
True.
And the fact that, he's been around and a bit of sympathy as well.
I actually think...
What's the point of taking... If they're both not going to play, you may as well just take the guy that's going to have his... it will be his last tournament. I know some people will say, well, you should be picking Liam Kelly because you need to think of the future. I think Scotland will be good from now, and I see us... Liam Kelly's 30. Scotland will qualify for another tournament before Liam Kelly retires. I've got to believe that.
Yeah, but I would like to think by the time he retires, there's new goalkeepers coming in that are better than him.
No, I'm saying, but I mean, I do believe this is Craig Gordon's last chance.
Yeah.
Even if Craig Gordon is still playing by the World Cup, I don't see him getting picked for Scotland by that point.
True.
And I see him being, even if he gets picked, I see him just being further and further away from the number 1 spot.
Right.
Like you said, right? Pick Craig Gordon in Scotland's last game or whatever. Give him 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Or if we're getting smashed or something against Germany, give him 15 minutes. The guy deserves it.
Right.
He's a great player for Scotland. I think he deserves to play some minutes at a major competition.
No, he does. But let's look at the defenders. I think there's a noticeable absentee in here. And I don't know if you're going to clock on. Anyway, Cooper, Hanley, Hendry, McKenna, McCrory.
Are we including injuries here with absentees?
No. Yes. Obviously, we've got Hickey and Patterson. No, I'm not including them.
Well, you said yes.
Well, you know what I mean. Whatever I meant. Porteous, Ralston, Robertson, Suter, Taylor, Tierney. So obviously McCrory's in there. Where's Max Johnston? Just won the Austrian Bundesliga for the first time in 11 years.
Hold on here. I think Max Johnston's a good shout, but for you to say that's a notable absence.
He just ended Salzburg's
Hold on,
dominance.
hold
He's
on,
won a cup double.
Are you brained it? When's the last time the guy was in the Scotland squad?
Never has been.
Exactly.
But Ben Doak's in this team. Spoiler alert.
Oh, hold on here. He's been getting talked about for like the past 2 years straight. Oh, stick him in.
I'm sorry. If you'd rather
No.
you'd rather go with Ralston or McCrory over Max Johnson, you need your head a wobble.
No, I would take Max Johnson, but for you to turn around and say, "Oh, that's a very noticeable admission," what?
It is.
No, it's not.
The guy's been playing great. See on form, he's our best right back.
No, that he's been a rare shout at the moment, right? No one's been expecting.
Would you take him over Ralston or McCrory?
100%, but that's not the point here.
I think it is.
No,
the fact he's choosing.
No, you were suggesting that that's an unbelievable thing that he's missed out. When the fact is that he's not even been in the squad. So you go, oh, there's a major name missing here.
See, with injuries, he's our best right back.
Oh, no, hold on. Big Stevie Cool's missing for this. That's a major name. How? He's never played for. He's never been in the Scotland setup. I know, but Big Stevie Cool. I mean, wind your neck in.
Hold on. He's our best right back.
I'm not denying that.
So how the fuck? And you don't think it's a big deal that he's on the team?
The fact that you think that's a major name missing.
Hold on. Lawrence Shankland, right, hasn't really kicked the ball for Scotland.
Oh, he's been talked about. Oh, come on. For the past year, all we've heard is, should Shankland start?
I would have, if Ben Doak wasn't in this team, I would describe him as a massive absentee, just due to the fact he's been so highly rated. So is Max Johnson. If you're the best,
if you think Max Johnson's been talked about for Scotland at the same level as Ben Doak, then your head's lit.
No, he's
That's
not.
what I expect for a delusional Rangers fan, to be honest.
Yeah, the Rangers don't have a dog in the fight. Fucking Max.
You sure Max Johnson's no link to Rangers or something? You're getting on here.
If someone's the best position, right, the best player in their position, and they're not in the squad, I think that's a noticeable absentee. By the way, I mean I don't know how you can spin that.
Right.
I'm not listen.
No. You listen.
Let me say my line. If Greg Taylor, if Greg Taylor's the third choice fucking left back, by the way, if Greg Taylor's the third choice left back, how does he get on the plane before the first choice right back?
Now that's not a question I'm interested in answering. Some people would say Jordan Henderson is England's best midfielder.
No, he's not. He's fucking shit.
Some people would say
he's not on the plane, is he?
Some people would say that, right? He has effectively killed his career by going to the Saudi Arabian League, right? He has been out of contention. He's not been talked about for England. He's not been getting picked for England. Now, you might think he's one of the better midfielders, but you wouldn't say if the team gets picked, you wouldn't, and Jordan Henderson knowing the England team, you wouldn't be like, oh, there's a huge name there's a huge name missing, I can't believe he's been left out. And I'm looking at it, and you go, Jordan Henderson. You wouldn't say that.
I didn't say a massive name. No, I said noticeable absentee.
Yeah.
That's not a huge name. Doesn't need to be a huge name.
No, hold on.
I would argue the only couple of huge names in this team are like the Tom name and the Premier League.
Hold on, Dick, right? So let's say you've got a 9-to-5, right? And there's two guys called Jim, and they both work at this same 9-to-5. Jim A turns up to his work. Jim A turns up to his work every day.
Right.
And Jim B is a fucking slacker. He never turns up to his work.
Right.
And then the boss goes one day, oh, you know what? There's a noticeable absentee. You're going to assume it's Jim A because that's the guy that always turns up, and it's more noticeable that he's not there. And then he goes, Jim B didn't clock in today. And you're like, well, that's hardly fucking surprising because he's never clocked in. It's the same thing with Max Johnson. How's it surprising that he's not in the team? He's never in the team. He's not been talked about getting in the team. I think he should be in the team, yes, but that's not... I don't know why we're wasting 5 minutes here over you saying noticeable ads. Let's just move on.
Because I think he's the best. He's the best right back. He's won a cup double this season. He's actually.
Would you reword what you said there? Would you take it back and
no, but I didn't. He's not a big name.
No, but you said noticeable absentee.
I think he is a noticeable absentee. I won't take it back. He's the best right back. We are going to the Euros for our best right back. How's that not noticeable? Now explain.
Well, I just did explain. I used the Jim B and Jim A analogy. I've used the Jordan Henderson analogy.
Right.
I mean, if you don't get that, then I don't know what to tell you. A noticeable absentee. How can it be noticeable when the guy's never been there to fucking not notice him? That logic's shite.
Nah. Leave it in the comments below, Trips, because you know what? I think he's noticeable.
You've never been in there. I mean, no, to be a noticeable absentee, you need to notice the guy's missing. He's not been in there.
Right, say Shankland hadn't been called up before this, right? And he just had that season and he wasn't included. Would you not describe him as a noticeable absentee? He's the best player in his possession.
But I think that's different because Shanklin's been getting talked about for Scotland for like 18 months
So is
now.
Max Johnson's been getting talked about
No,
this season.
come on. Most
Oh.
Scotland fans don't even know Max Johnson exists.
See, since Patterson and Hickey got ruled out a couple of weeks ago, everyone's been talking about Max
Like,
Johnson.
I agree that the guy should be in there, but I don't think that he's been getting talked about. I don't think that
Yo, I'm not
his
pretending.
name's
I'm
been.
not pretending the guy's a world beater, right? And I'm not pretending that taking him would mean we'd get to the final. But I just think he's the best right back we've got, and therefore it's a bit noticeable that he's missing. That's all I'm going to
Well, I don't
say.
see Anthony Ralston generating big moves to Austrian leagues.
No.
I'm not saying Austrian leagues the be all and end all, the A league.
Right.
but
Anyway, I've talked too long here about fucking Max Johnson. Push it, Max Verstappen. Right. Anyway, midfielders. I mean, it's just the old guard in here: Armstrong, Christie, Gilmore, Jack, McGinn, McGregor, McLean, McTominay. It's good to see
the run of the mill.
the mundane. It's good to see the best
Shanked.
It's good to see the best midfielder in the world though in there.
Yes. Now, see if like a Scott McTominay or John McGinn wasn't in, that would be
But they're a big name.
that
in the Premier
no,
League.
that would be a noticeable.
And by the way,
absentee, right?
People can disagree with me saying about Max Johnson. You coming out and saying that people think Jordan Henderson's the best England midfielder and Jude Bellingham's in there and Declan Rice.
They do. Some people. I don't think you understand how rated Jordan Henderson. I never thought
This
he
in
was.
2020 when Liverpool were winning Champions League.
I never thought the guy was any good, but some people are saying he's better than Gerrard.
Anyway, well, no.
What do you mean? No, some people.
You put Gerrard in the Liverpool team in the last couple of years. I mean, it takes him up a level. You take Gerrard at the team he was in and put Henderson in, it drops him down a few levels.
Yeah. I'm not saying that, right, John Henderson.
Right,
I'm just saying some people do think he's the best midfielder. Some people would think he's the best midfielder, but he wouldn't be a noticeable absentee because he's not been in it.
I don't know what other midfielders Scotland have got, right? But I am fucking shocked that Ryan Jack's in there. He's not kicked a ball pretty much since the Benfica game. Not even the Benfica game. What game was it?
Well, see, that's the thing, right? People do say that Scotland. People say our midfield is our best area, right? And I'm not denying that. I think our midfield is clearly our best area, and we have quality. But I honestly don't believe we have quantity. I don't think we have quantity in any position, really.
No.
In terms of a
Apart from
position,
goalies.
in terms of a position where we have quality and quantity, in terms of like individuals for that position, I would say left back because it's one position, and I reckon we have like probably 5 or 6 capable players. But when you think of midfield, like you think of 3 players, 4 players, and so how many sets of 3s and 4s do we actually have? And when you think about it, I think once we start getting past like 6 or 7 midfielders, I do think the quality in our midfield goes down.
No, I would agree.
Like, let's say we're playing 3 in midfield. How many times can you rotate the 3 until you notice, until you're like, oh fuck, the quality's went downhill here? I think on the third rotation, you'd be noticing it.
I just want to go back to Max Johnson, by the way, alright? Because I think playing Ross McCrory at right wing back over Max Johnson is a cardinal sin. What is that? McCrory's the centre back. Yeah, he can play right back, but come on. He's also uncapped.
I got laughed at for saying this, but I think someone that would have been worth a shot is Sean Rooney. St Johnstone double cup winner, just recently signed for St Mirren.
Nah, I mean, if you fucking... Are you going to claim he's a noticeable absentee?
No, see, I'm not a retard like you, so I would never claim that.
He's way worse than Max Johnson. Sean Rooney, listen to the name. I'll have a word with yourself anyway.
Let's not pick him because he's called Rooney. What?
Sounds like a fud. Anyway, forwards. This is what we came for. Not really. Adams, Doak, Dykes, Forrest, Shankland. James Forrest in there. Ben Doak in there. Are you surprised?
No, not really. James Forrest having the best spell of his career in a long time, isn't he? So he has to go in there. Ben Doak is always getting hyped up as this next wonder kid for Scotland. He has to be in there. Shankland, Lyndon Dykes, Shea Adams. You know, we knew those 3 were going to be in there, so I think Steve Clark's played it pretty safe here.
2 players that are getting dropped. I'm going to make a prediction. I am going to go for McCrory and Liam Kelly.
I think Liam Kelly's a good shout. I would go with Liam Kelly, and if you drop McCrory, that only leaves Ralston, doesn't it?
No, I'm sorry, right? See if this guy actually takes 4 goalkeepers and gets rid of like 2 outfield players and doesn't bring in like I mean, how can you take a 4th goalie over taking Max Johnson? That's fucking horrendous, by the way, if he does that.
Is Patterson picked?
No, Patterson's injured.
Patterson and Hickey are both. So that means that we're likely going to start the Euros with Anthony Ralston at right back, unless he tries something that I don't think he would. He's not going to play Tierney at right back because he's in that left centre back position role.
I can't believe he's not. This team, Ralston or McCrory's not doing anything.
So as things stand, we are definitely either having at right back Ralston or McCrory.
But I think McCrory. But then that might force his hand into actually taking McCrory because there's only one right back.
You would not want to go to the Euros knowing that Ralston has to play every game, would you?
No. I think you're beginning to warm up to the idea that Max Johnson's a noticeable absentee now.
I never fucking said he was. He should have been picked. I 100% believe he should have been picked, but he's not a noticeable absentee.
Hold on. We might have to play Anthony Ralston every game.
But are you warming up to the idea of Sean Rooney maybe getting a call up there?
No.
What's wrong with Sean Rooney?
You know what I would actually do?
I'd take Sean Rooney over those two that were picked.
I would actually I wouldn't take Clark or Kelly. I would drop the goalies and just take two goalies. I think every other player in that team's earned their spot outside of McCrory and no, I think you need to take the outfield players, man. Also, if I was to make others like who do we think has a possibility of not being in the team? I think Jack. I think Jack, Ben Doak, because he's just not played. McCrory. But then I think McCrory and Ralston kind of have to go.
You know what?
If you're taking three fucking
Forrest for me. He's a good option to have, but just because he played well in a shite Celtic team, is that the standard we're at here?
I don't know. Like you want fucking Sean Rooney to play? I have no idea what he was playing last season.
Fleetwood.
Well, Fleet your way down out of here,
Hold on, what are you going to judge him based on his former club?
Aye, actually. Hold on.
What?
You don't want Forrest picked because he won the league with Celtic, but you'll happily take Sean Rooney because he played with Fleetwood and he won a cup double 4 years ago.
That seems about right, huh?
Seems about right, doesn't it? Anyway, guys, that's where we're going to leave it. I mean, there's going to be a lot more talk about this at the end of the day. I guess when we play the Finland and Gibraltar games, we'll know exactly what team is going to get picked. But yeah, I mean, I'll admit, I think the confidence has took a knock, man. That right side is fucking awful.
It's no great, is it? I mean, it's...
Look at the players that Germany have got. Sane, Gnabry, all those players on the wings.
And they're going to go up against Anthony Ralston.
We're fucked.
Tell you what, though, I guess it is a good opportunity for Ralston to consolidate his place as the number one right back for Scotland.
I mean, I guess it is, but I would just like to know that why would he not pick Max Johnson? I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but what's your reasoning? It can't be he's too young because so many of these players have been in for a young age.
Could it just be he's not really seen him play?
Well, that's piss poor. Considering the fact the most like Hickey's been out since December and Patterson's been out since like February. He knew he would probably have to be relying on him. And to not send scouts and watch him, whatever, pathetic.
Hold on, you said that... I'll say something here. You said that it means Ralph's is starting. What about James Forrest? I had talks about him getting played at right wing back and he's in the team. I
think that's a mess. I like James Forrest. I think he's a good option to have, right? But I think playing him right wing back at the age of 34, 33 is what's it? That's a laugh. That's a piss take.
What about Stephen O'Donnell? He's sitting waiting on the call.
No.
Can he switch his phone off?
Is he a noticeable absentee?
Can he switch his phone off?
You know what? If he scored against fucking England, he'd have been in there. He'd have been written in folklore.
Yeah, you laugh about Sean Rooney. How many other options is there?
Probably would have to be Sean Rooney. Right, anyway, I'm done talking about this pish. Are you more confident after seeing this, or I don't know what I expect.
I would say I'm less confident because it's actually hit me now that Hickey and Patterson, well, not so much Part. I think Patterson's a good second option, but I don't. For me, losing Hickey's a massive deal.
Yeah. And whoa, I don't even know what I'm going to say. I mean,
I actually do think losing Hickey is a bigger deal than losing. I believed in Robertson.
I would agree because at least with Robertson, Tierney can replace him. Maybe the captain as well, but I think the right side's so weak.
I'm bricking it, like, to be honest with you, but we'll see what happens.
But see, with With Greg, I would actually say there's more chance that Greg Taylor gets dropped out of this 28 than Ralston or McCrory, just due to the fact he's a left back. And that's not me having a dig because he's a Celtic player. He's better than both of them.
What's the chances of Greg Taylor actually playing at right back over McCrory and John Ralston?
We've got a conundrum, that's for sure. That is.
Well, what's the chances of that?
I say no chance. Like,
no chance.
No chance, no. I mean, if push comes to that shove, maybe like, but
what about Tierney? Do you think he will maybe go, right, you know what? Ideally, I like this setup that we've got Tierney and Robertson interacting on the left, but the drop off from Hickey to Ralston is just too much. I'm going to have to sacrifice Tierney in the left centre back role and play him at right back. Is that a possibility?
That is a possibility, and
see, the more I think about that, as much as I enjoy Tierney in that left centre back role, and I enjoy him coming into the middle of the park and getting forward and overlapping and underlapping with Robertson on the left, I think that might be an option.
It might be an option.
It might be what we have to do.
You can just see after 3 games or after 2, we're going to be sitting moaning about how shite the right hand side is now he fucked up. That's what's going to happen. Unless he, I don't know, pulls something out his arse.
Aye, it's...
And then up front, I mean, what should the front 3 be? But it's probably more likely going to be a front 2. Who's the starting man?
I think it has to be the guy that scored 31 goals this season.
I think it's got to be Shankland. You know what? I think Shankland... Fucking go for Shankland and Ben Doak. I'm sorry, see Dykes and Adams, I think they're the fucking Chuckle brothers.
You could argue they helped get us here, though. Especially Lyndon Dykes, I think. He was more important.
I have more faith in Lawrence Shankland up front against Germany than fucking Lyndon Dykes.
2 players that I don't think will be getting dropped, though. I think they're stick-ons. Kenny McLean and Stuart Armstrong.
I think this is the last tournament.
I think Steve Clark will stick with them. I don't see them dropping it now. I hope you know what, they've been alright servants, but yeah, maybe they should be dropping it.
I'm worried, man. I think Germany could scud this team. I don't even know who the German man is. It Nagelsmann or whatever he's called? They are just going to look at this right hand side and be like, right, let's do what we did to Poland on that right hand side. Circa 1939, lay the smacker down on Anthony Ralston.
Yeah, Poland held it no bad though.
Well, for 39 days. Was it 39 days? Yeah, but they only had like 10,000 men.
Yeah, here,
and horses.
If we can hold
Germany's coming in tanks.
If we can hold it for 39 days, we'll be European champions, so...
Aye, that's true. Anyway, guys, enough war analogies and all that good stuff. Going into war with Anthony Ralston at right back, you're...
Surrender, get that white flag out.
Get that white flag out. Till then, peace.